Russia accusing Ukraine of trying to assassinate President Putin last night. Putin's spokesperson says an attempted drone strike targeted President Vladimir Putin's residence in the Kremlin, but that the drones were brought down before they could hit their target. Russia hasn't provided evidence to support the claims, but says this was an assassination attempt. Ukraine denies any connection to the alleged attack. Patrick Reevell joins me now with more on this. Patrick, what's the latest on this, and what's the reaction in Russia?
Hi, Dan. Yeah, I mean, this is an extraordinary incident. Vladimir Putin's spokesman has accused Ukraine of trying to strike the Kremlin last night with 2 drones, saying that they were trying to assassinate Vladimir Putin. There's video circulating online from pro-Russian accounts that seems to show an object flying over the Kremlin and then exploding. But Ukraine has denied any involvement in this. It said that this is clearly an incident where Russia is trying to stage a pretext for its own large-scale terrorist attack. I mean, if this was, though, a drone strike on the Kremlin, this would obviously be a major breach of security for Russia. Equally, though, we can't rule out that this could also be some kind of false flag attempt by Russia to try and whip up more pro-war feeling among the Russian population. And it's worth noting that this comes just days before Vladimir Putin is due to preside over a major military parade just in front of the Kremlin. But obviously, this is another attempt. Either this is a major escalation or it's an attempt by Russia to try and increase that sort of tension around the war now.
Patrick, what does this mean for just the overall tensions and ongoing war in Ukraine and the tensions between Ukraine and Russia right now?
I think it all depends, frankly, on who is behind the attack. I mean, if Ukraine is behind it, then obviously this is a major breach of Kremlin security, and Ukraine has increasingly been targeting targets inside Russia, deep inside Russia sometimes. But previously, it's always really been military bases. This would obviously be a major escalation in the sense that it's an attempt right in the heart of Moscow, right at the seat of power. But equally, if this was, not Ukraine behind it, and this was, as Ukraine claims, some kind of false flag, that would mean perhaps that Russia is preparing now to try and do something, whether it's to use some kind of more destructive weapon against civilians inside Ukraine, or perhaps simply to try and gin up more support for the war inside the country among its own population. So really right now, this is a very mysterious incident. We don't yet know what's going to happen.
All right, Patrick Reevell in London for us. Thanks, Patrick.